And welcome back to Who Will Win. This one comes to us from Bossa Nova Lobeck. Bossa Nova Lobeck. Well, that's the question. Who win a fight? Stan Smith versus Sterling Archer. And I am shocked. I looked. I couldn't find anyone else suggesting this one. Both are cartoon spies working for their own respective agencies, the CIA, and I'll admit, I actually don't remember what Archer's. It's not. He doesn't work for the CIA. He works for his own. Sterling Archer. He works for his own different bureau because he's a legit spy. Hold on. Featuring Sterling Archer, who works for what is that? Occupation spy drug lord. Battle wrecker agent. He works for. I'm just trying to find out what the intelligence missions. Anyway, I can't find it, but point being, he is, these guys are basically your textbook bumbling agents who still are competent enough to get the job done. Sterling Archer is, ISIS, that's the name of it, or at least it was. I think after the closure of ISIS by the American Federal Bureau of Investigation, started to use his unique techniques as a drug smuggler. When this didn't work out, ISIS reorganized as the FIGS agency. That's right, it was ISIS. Not age well. I think that was the reason they did it in the show. But point being, in terms of abilities, though, both these guys are skilled. They're skilled marksmen. Took a while for Stan to ever kill someone, but they're skilled marksmen. They're solid combatants. They are able to think on the fly. They are both kind of idiots in some regard, though. Stan, while a competent agent, is not like the best agent in the CIA. He's, damn it, got a little something in my throat there. He's more than screwed up several times, and to the point where he even brainwashed his daughter by mistake, and then ultimately lost in a fight to her. He's not super skilled. He is a competent agent. He's also depicted most times having a bit of a gut, so he's not always in the best shape. Archer is at least depicted as being generally in shape, and while he is a bit of an idiot from time to time, he's not the same type of idiot that Stan is, simply because just by the type of show it is. He's still he's actually still an amazing agent, is the thing. Despite the fact he's a bit of an idiot, he is an amazing agent. He's a bit of a savant when it comes to that. He's a skilled, expert marksman, expert shot, able to put nearly impossible shots. He can actually count his shots, too. He can actually count the ability to automatically count the number of bullets an opponent has fired. This has allowed him to know when an opponent is out of bullets, even when the opponent does not. He has excellent spy training experience, pistols. He's skilled at spy weapons, including feats of strength include defeating 3 ninjas in a sword fight while having a shuriken in his chest, escape the Russian secret police while having glass at his feet, scored a perfect score at darts while heavily intoxicated, drank germicide, survived shooting a rocket launcher in a small sealed room, survived being shot, stabbed, set on fire, poisoned, shot, sexually assaulted, partially chewed, shot, and declared legally dead twice in the same day, and survived cancer. Stan, give me 1 second, because I do have, there are feats for Stan, but yes, Stan has definitely done a lot of crazy stuff too, but that's because American Dad is a bit more by nature a Family Guy thing. He wrestled Roger, who's got tree uprooted legs for an entire week. He choked Roger, survived being set on fire, explosions, tornadoes, and atmospheric reentry. Pulled a John Wick. Stupid ads. He pulled a John Wick and took down 3 thugs with a pencil, hot sauce, and concentrated vomit. Oh God. It's been a while since I watched an episode of American Dad. Has years of CIA training, deflected a bullet with his tongue, killed his tongue's apparently bulletproof, killed 100+ people, survived all the sides, survived getting all of his sides impaled by multiple swords, surviving shot in the head, impaled by a yak's horn, defeated Roger, Deputy Director Bullock, Jack Smith, and Santa Claus. Though he's mature, he's mentally got a lot of repressed mental status, though, to his childish somewhat nature. He's been defeated by his family members for underestimating them, has been manipulated by multiple people. Whereas Archer does have a lot more. Doesn't have a. By the way, I would love to see this as a death battle. Now that I'm really reading some of this stuff. While Archer does have a lot of his own risks, including 100% human and rarely wears body armor, which is something Stan has definitely done. Frequent gunfights and explosions have given him tinnitus hearing loss. Archer's antisocial personality makes him an annoyance to be with friends and enemies alike. That really doesn't matter in a fight. Which also means he's extremely reckless, egotistical, immature, and demands attention. Lana sometimes is a bumbling idiot, sort of a mama's boy, easily distracted by sexy women, including his enemies, and a heavy drinker, and he's vulnerable to waterboarding. So, if you were to just base those off of feats and weaknesses, it would seem like Stan would be the winner. Except Archer is still, I think, the better overall spy. I think he's still the overall more skilled individual. But Stan has definitely defeated, I think, more overall enemies. Although, whether or not you could you'd have to really go into their whole history to figure that out. Archer also would be able to actually count all of Stan's bullets. So right there, he could easily have an edge on Stan. And like I said, Archer's usually, even though a heavy drinker, in better shape than Stan is. Stan still always has that gut. He's been beaten by his family before, even though he's beaten Roger, Santa Claus, and the like. So, I don't know. This could really be a toss of the hat. I think it would probably break down. They're both their organizations are on a mission. They both are not aware of each other. And they're more or less able to, they more or less encounter each other, and the fight commences. And in a straight-up hand-to-hand fight, Stan might have the edge. Maybe. But Archer is also probably the better shot, I think. But Stan has a bulletproof tongue, apparently. So, and Stan has survived being impaled, as we said, being impaled. He has survived the gunshot to the head. But that being said, Archer has survived being shot, stabbed, set on fire, poisoned, shot, sexually assaulted, partially chewed, shot, and declared legally dead twice in the same day. Legally dead twice in the same day. So, I mean, it is it's a little difficult to say who wins on, like, the durability side of things. I might argue Archer's got the advantage there. So, gunshot, stabbing, they'd be going toe-to-toe, but ultimately, I think it's the fact that while Archer is an idiot and can be an idiot sometimes, in a fight, that's not really up for debate. His idiocy won't really come into play unless it's an attractive woman or someone who would just outsmart him. And Stan's not really someone who could outsmart Archer. He himself is competent and mature overall, but he's also kind of immature and repressed in many ways, too. And that would translate to someone who probably is intelligent in his own way, but not intelligent enough to outthink someone, generally speaking. At least not in the heat of a fight. Now, maybe I'm wrong on that. You can make an argument against that as well. I think it's just going to come down to who gets the kill shot and who survives the kill shot. If Archer goes for the head, well, Stan survived that. But if Archer goes for the head, Stan goes for the head. Archer has survived many things, but I don't know if he can survive a gunshot to the head. That's the thing, is that you also have to take into account the worlds. They're both hyper-realities, but Archer's does have a little bit more grounding in terms of, like, could you survive a headshot or not? Whereas Stan's is a Family Guy world where you could survive a headshot without any difficulty, really. So, that said, I think Archer would wait for Stan to lose, just waste his ammo. I think that's really because Archer can count and knows how many weapon bullets exactly his opponent has. And I think that little detail alone is enough to maybe give him the edge, because maybe he just tricks Stan into firing the last shot. It's like, well, you got me. It's like, yes, I do have you. Any last words? I can't really do the voice properly for Archer, but yeah. Could you just, like, aim for my head and just, make it quick? Would pleasure. Oh, yeah, psych. It's like, such an idiot. It's like, it's like, wait, I shot you in the head. How the hell are you? Die, zombie, die. Oh, God. Is this The Walking Dead? Is this Last of Us? Lana! And then he just shoots Stan repeatedly. It's like, oh wait, he's wearing body armor. Like, Archer would be sure to make sure you're dead is the thing. So I think that might just be dead. Like, there'd be a lot of back and forth. They would probably get some hits on each other. Stan would be prone to wearing body armor when need be. But ultimately, I think the fact that Archer can actually keep an accurate count of the bullets in Stan's gun, I think pushes it into Archer's favor, because he can actually play the proper mind game with Stan, whereas Stan can't necessarily do that with him. So ultimately, I'll go Sterling Archer in this fight, but who do you got in this fight? Let me know. Did I say who did this? I believe this thumbnail, by the way, I believe it was Sonic Pal. That was the name of the person who did the thumbnail. I'll put it in the thumbnail, or the description box, just to be safe. Because I don't want to use a thumbnail and then get in trouble for using it without getting credit. But yeah, I would go Archer, but who do you have? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you folks next time. Have a good